What is up, everybody? It is Sam here with BFPGear.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Fade Spire 5s. This is mostly going to be like a revisiting on the Virtue Spire 5 loader, which is arguably the top high-end loader currently available, but there are a handful of updates that have made their way from the previous iteration of the Spire 5 when they first came out to what we have now. So with that said, we're going to just flip the camera up and get the top-down view, and we're going to crack this open and take a look at what is new with the Virtue Spire 5. We'll see you after the intro. All right, so here we've got the Spire 5. Price point on these new Fade colorways have not changed, so they're still sitting at that $249.95 price point. But we're going to see one of the more immediate updates with the loader here once I flip it over, and that is the new SF3 speed feed. So instead of there being just the little like hard plastic fingers that feed in, you now have half plastic and then half like rubber. So you can kind of see that's like squishy a little bit. Uses the same exact system for like, you know, mounting the speed feed on and stuff like that. So you don't have to really worry about that. But it's just going to help with paint handling on the way in. And, you know, if you like dive or something and then the paintballs all hit like one side or something like that. I know sometimes those hard plastic shells, or sorry, plastic teeth, I should say, would possibly break a ball or put a crack in one. Obviously, you're going to get a rain lid, and then you get the extra SF3 tooth there. So that's one of the big updates that you get, is just the new speed feed that's just going to handle paint a little bit better, and it definitely feels a lot better than the previous speed feed. And then of course, this cool Fade colorway design looks really good. I really like the way these fades look. This one's the acid fade, but there are a handful of other colors, like I think there's like pink, blue, red. There's like a desert tan fade. Just all kinds of different fade colors, so you can kind of color coordinate or do some contrasting if you want, which I really like. Now, the other update that they did with the Virtue Spire 5 is actually with the board. So it's not something that you're going to notice right away. As I take apart the loader here, everything comes apart exactly the same. But on the bottom, basically, you have a new board, and this is a big update. You can kind of tell that you have the updated board because of two indicators. One of them is the light. So when you put batteries in and turn this on, it should flicker. As long as it's flickering, you have the new board, and then some of them will also be indicated by the yellow button. This is basically just a reinforced button for the most part, so some of the ones with yellow buttons might have the older board in it. In order to check, to be 100% sure, just make sure you power it on, and that light should flicker. The other update, which they actually adopted from the Control 2, was the eye cover here. So you can actually pop the ring out and clean your little eye sensors here if you need to. When you know, you break paint, or if there's any moisture, mud, something like that shoots up into your barrel, you get like a breach break or a barrel break or something like that, you can easily get in there and clean the whole thing out. But they made these updates mostly just for the quality of life features, such as that little cleaning ring, and then of course the better speed feed, the new SF3. The board update is a big one because of primarily like the Geo R5 and paintball markers that have a slower bolt cycling speed. I guess Spire 5s were having a hard time kind of feeding into some of those paintball markers where the ball would have like a slightly longer delay than what the feed logic of the original boards were used to. But the new boards fix that issue, and they feed without any kind of problem, and you still get that extremely good feed rate with the best paint handling on the market with the Spire 5. And it's really cool to see that Virtue took some action, worked with Eclipse, and updated everything, including speed feed, that little ring, and then of course the board as well. Again, Spire 5s have not changed in price. They are sitting right now at $249.95. They come in a variety of different colors on these fades, but let's go ahead and flip the camera around and just get some closing remarks on the Spire 5. And there you go. That is the revisit on the Virtue Spire 5. A lot of things that they've done with this are just welcomed upgrades and updates. The one that I feel could have been primarily avoided is definitely going to be the one with the board. Because you can't update the board yourself, you do have to kind of do this like thing where you either get a new Spire 5 or I guess you send in your old board to Virtue and they send you a new one. Which I think this all could have just been avoided if you were able to update your board via like a, an app or going on their website and plugging the board in or something like that. I do appreciate the simplicity of the loader though, where, originally you're just not supposed to worry about anything like this. You just slap 3 AA's in it, hit the power button, you're done. But that does have, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. So maybe with a new Spire coming out, with the Spire 6 sometime in the future, it'd be cool to see an updatable board. But yeah, new speed feed is great. And then having that little removable ring, just in case you break any paint or get any dirt, mud, moisture, whatever, in the feed sensor of the loader. The fact that you can just clean that out super fast is also a very welcomed sight. But with all that said and done, if you need to pick up one of the brand new Virtue Spire 5s in these fade colors, there are plenty of color options available, and they are sitting at $249.95 right now. And I think you know exactly where to get one, and that is BFPGear.com.